Welcome to part two. We're joined by Andy, who's not from in Aberdeen. Andy, can you just explain to a few people who keep saying to me, Porky, why do you keep saying that Andy's not from Aberdeen, he's from Perth? Can you just explain what happened, Andy, please?
I think way back, you thought I was from Aberdeen, and I thought, I'll not bother correcting you. I thought I'm quite happy. New to YouTube at that time. I wasn't really first. The folk knew where I came from, so I thought Aberdeen Andy had more a ring about it than Perth Andy. You got Aberdeen Angus steak beef, don't you? So not that I'm saying I'm beefy or anything like that.
So you were basically sat on my channel and you said, I said, where are you from, Andy? And you went, Aberdeen, because it had a better ring to it than Andy from Perth.
I think you thought I was from Aberdeen, and I didn't. I didn't correct you. I just thought I'll let you go with that because that sounds all right. Aberdeen, Aberdeen
Well,
Andy.
you're gonna have to make it up to you when I come to see you, so I'll get stocked up with loads of gin.
Gin, the driver's choice.
Remember
that?
Is that what they call it? The driver's choice.
Did you ever watch?
The driver's choice, eh?
Did you ever watch the Harry Enfield? You know, Harry Enfield jumped years ago with Paul Whitehouse and that. And there was a sketch on that. Paul Whitehouse is driving an old car and he's swerving about the road and he goes, "Drink gin for confidence, son. Drink gin, the driver's choice."
The driver's choice.
I might find that video. I'll post it.
No, I've always thought that one most dangerous drink. Years ago, I went drinking in a place called the Greystone. This was in St. Worms up in Doncaster. And me and my mate Gibbo, we went in there. We were blotto. I was massive at the time. We were blotto on Pernod. You know, it's like licorice, isn't it? We drank that much and sniffed that much gear. I was out my brains. Anyway, I took him home nice and steady, and everything was all right. He lived up near Stringers in Conisbrough. I'm going over all these speed bumps, and after I dropped him off, I come round the corner. And this cop car had pulled somebody. Well, fucking paranoid idea. Wow. I had no lights on the road. So as I'm going by the cop car, he's coming to me the road. He's trying to stop me. And I thought, oh, he's going to breathalyze me. So I'm going, boot. And I ended up parking nearby and ended up doing a runner, right? Fat as a pig I was. And I jumped somewhere and I ended up smashing my leg. It's a famous story, this. And I'll never forget. And obviously at the time, I got 2 newborns. And so when I got in, the man went, well, what you been drinking? And I went, Perna. When she went, the driver's choice. She was about police here tonight. Because Calvin, her name. It was a Renault Laguna, I'll never forget, an estate. I got it because I could get the twin pram in. And she said, I told him to get gone. I said, what are you on about? She said, we took your car away. I'm not leaving 2 kids here to go get it. And that's the only time I've ever heard somebody mention that. You know, you said there, the driver's.
The driver.
She said, no, we're not Pernod. There's had a few Pernods, like, yeah, but I've got my leg. I had a pot on it. And the funny thing about it is, if you Google my name, right, I went to court and I had this broken leg at the time, and I was on bail, you know, for another drink driving because I was just going out getting blottoed all the time. And you can see him smash all my teeth in, can't you, on backseat of the car, you know, and in the mail. No, I thought, well, they're not going to send me down here with a broken leg and that. They give me 12 weeks, didn't they? For assault PC and drink drive. But yeah, that's a true story. That, yeah, in fact, I've got when I won the appeal, I appealed on it, didn't I? I got it dropped, didn't I? Because how can they send a man down that got 12 weeks in? Sorry, how can they send you down for 12 weeks when you've got a broken leg? There you go. That's when I won the appeal.
Right.
So I have that here to remind me not to drive. And do you know what? I don't know, but I used to do. It's not to brag about, is it?
No, it's dangerous, eh?
But alcohol can cause you problems. A bit like the copper that I've done. Well, that one, Andy. Section 18. I have that one to remind me not to drink in mining villages in groups of 15 people. That's not to talk about either. Well, I have that there just to remind myself. So it's something I don't do now. And like I said, that drinking culture is no good, mate.
Nah, drinks. I mean, I only have a couple now. I don't drink a lot at all. Eh?
I don't mind a Baileys in a cocoa or a coffee. But my
Yeah.
days are going out because I'm one of them people. I'm kind of like all or nothing. If I have to go out, and it causes more breaks more relationships, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Drink. I wasn't happy unless I were like waking up in echo fields. I wake up in cow fields and stuff, or covered in mud. Or I remember one night I nearly ripped out ligaments in my leg doing a runner from a taxi that were £9. I've got a pocket full of dough, and me and my mate just thought it was fantastic to do a runner, baked in shit, clothes ripped to death, and I've done all my ligaments. And I thought, what am I doing here for £9, £4.50 each, or something? And drink. So when I used to go out, I used to get in that many states. You don't know where you're going to wake up there, whether it's a cell, hospital, echo field. And when I did my leg, I remember laid there for ages and I couldn't move. There were coppers all over, and I was laid in these nettles in Cunningsbury, and a broken leg, fibia bone, fibia, one of them is it? I'll never forget. But don't drink and drive; it's no good. But Pernod is the driver's choice. No, Pernod makes you pass out, doesn't it? Pernod made me pass. You got to be doing in on it. So
distorts your judgment.
Oh what?
It distorts your judgment.
Yeah, just get an Uber and just get blotto. But
I've just sent you that video. Just sent you that video of the gin and the driver's.
Choice. It's a good one, that, isn't it? Have a look.
You know how they used to do the black and white stuff on the Harry Enfield and that?
Hang on a second. Andy from Aberdeen just sent me a video. 2 seconds. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. There we go. But anyway, enough talking about drink driving and consequences and all that. That's all behind me. It's all it passed, isn't it? Until next time. Now I'm on a third one's a 10-year. It's 10-year, isn't it? For me, next one. Do you know what I mean? So, and you know what I'm paranoid about in December as well? I was in my mate's car, and they pulled us over, and they swabbed him, and I was like, "Oh, they're swabbing people. This was a bit backlight, and they're just doing that now, and they know smoked weed, don't they, in area, local coppers and all that, and so even if you get swabbed for weed, day after they can still do you, can't they? So why risk it now? Why risk it? Because that driving while banned. So driving while banned is a straight 6 months, isn't it now? You do 3 months of it. So what are you gonna do? Keep getting done every time you want to drive and that. They just won't leave you alone. Well, they won't. Well, I did. It won't be. So I nearly kill a policeman when I was 23, didn't I? So I don't get any favours. And you've seen 20 years later when they pulled me up, they're smashing all my teeth down the back of my throat, give me a concussion. Oh, we've got him here. You know what I mean? Kind of things. But what I was pissed off about that was the camera in the car were filming me getting a good hiding, and I was like, whoa, the band to drop the big drive now, then aren't they? Smashed on me. Yeah, we're out here. But no, they didn't. There's dogs, mate, and they got rid of the camera, didn't they? But luckily, I remember at Public filmed it, and I managed to get that for my appeal. So, so don't drink drive. It just stay away from coppers. It's the best thing you can do, mate. But don't drink drive. Adam Smith, Mr. Bean. A couple of people keep saying, "Oh, you've been a bit hard on Mr. Bean." Let me just say this to you: the people who keep leaving me vileness, right? We're talking about a man here, 29 years at Sky. Keep having to repeat this then here, but this guy got under my skin earlier. 29 years at Sky, and he's beat cancer. It's fantastic. Why are they not having him up there as this guy that's seen cancer off and giving him his job back at Sky? Why? Why has he gone? Because he wanted to do set himself new challenges. What? Sticking a few invoices in for a few petrol expenses with these next door. Hey, what? Do they think I'm stupid or something here? This is what winds me up about people, right? Let's see the big documentary about him beating cancer. Let's see it. Because we haven't seen it, have we? And it's been a few years now, hasn't it? And there ain't going to be one. So you, and you know who you are, sending me that email, pipe down, all right? Or get him to come out and explain himself on Big Boxing King Media's channel or all these other mates, because they all know, but nobody wants to say out, do they? So don't have a go. 29 years at Sky, they don't just throw you out the door. Not when his old man with a big noise there. They got rid of him. And I know why they got rid of him. So there you go. So don't listen to cancer knackers. Load of bollocks. There you go.
He did a video with somebody talking about it, didn't he? I'm trying.
Mate, elaborating on what? Where's all the photos of it all? Of him in hospital? Hey, a load of shit. Load of old shit. That's what it is. And this is what you're up against in boxing. And they all know. They all know, all them in the know. You know what I mean? It's a load of shit. I don't like. Do you know what? I'm all right with people, me, right? Till they start giving me bullshit. And I'm like, whoa, hang on a minute. And I had it for sub of 6 years with Dennis up there. Every Monday we used to be at it, and Friday. Utter bullshit, just coming out with BS for the sake of it. And that's what it is, boxing. It's a load of shit. It's a load of insecure men. But you know what I always say, don't you, Andy? When the ice breaks, if you want to chat shit in my company, I will be waiting. I'll just turn this on here and correct the knackers that we're told. And that's what we're fed. Utter rubbish at the moment from them all. Oh, well, that guy who worked on the football part at Sky, he was there 20 odd year, and he was ill, and he got his big send off. Bean didn't get his send off, did he? He's supposed to have done all this great stuff for Sky. Oh, I want to try different things. What? You end up doing the same job, getting a few gigs on Talksport for 400 or 500 quid or something. You're not the big guy on thousands at Sky, are you? If you beat cancer, if you're at Sky and you've got cancer and you beat it, why are you not back at Sky? Why? It's a very simple question, Andy, isn't it? That none of these YouTubers want to ask him. Adam, you were 29 years at Sky. You've come out of it to beat cancer. So why are you not back at Sky? It's not rocket science, is it?
I know somebody went through a cancer battle, but what they were doing before that was too stressful and too much. They didn't have the energy to do it afterwards. So,
right, well, if he were too stressful for him at Sky, then well, fair enough. So why does he want to be still involved in boxing if it were too stressful for him? Or why were he doing darts commentary and horse racing commentary? To make extra money? What, when you're on that massive salary? The gambler, mate. And gambling, it brings depression. And you end up in clinics, don't you? That's what happened. So why can't they just come out and admit it all? Instead of chatting a load of shit. I don't put up with any of that nonsense. And the rest of them, they all know. Best thing about it is, but they've all got skeletons in closets, haven't they? But I don't put up with that shit, not on my watch. So there's people that know better that are trying to back the story. Well, they're not trying to back it up. They don't really know what to say, do they? Because it's a load of shit. There you go.
You would hope nobody would lie about something like cancer. I mean, I don't know anybody.
No, they shouldn't come out with it if it's a load of crap. Exactly, because there is people that do suffer with it. My grandma and granddad on my dad's side, they died when I was really, really young in the 50s. Do you know what I mean? My granddad was 60 or something, early 60s. My nana were in the 50s, my age, brown bread from cancer. So yeah, he shouldn't be coming out with that. Same as Fury shouldn't be coming out with his mental health crap. Load of crap. Load of rubbish, mate. But they play that card. You have it here. Oh, I can't come in, mental health. What can you do? Get them sacked, I say. That's it. Just gone. Get gone. I don't want to hear any of that mental health crap. What do you think people did in World War II when German Luftwaffe were flying over my nana's house and all that to bomb all these up near Dennis's dad's? They were bombed everywhere, didn't they? Steel City, Sheffield. What about all them in Sheffield? They were bombing all them. Well, they're all running around on the streets going, oh, mental health, tell it, they're not to come around here and bomb us. No, people got on with it, didn't they? Do you know what I mean? I don't want to hear that rubbish.
Any of the people in that, any of the people in the army that had PTSD or mental health issues back then, they got shot. Which is pretty brutal, but that's what happened. It was pretty horrible times.
So Adam Smith, I don't want to hear your cancer stories. All right, load of crap. Show me some proof. Show me. All right, load of rubbish. Right, UK boxing. Where is it heading now, Andy? That the fighters that are 12, 13, 14 and 0 that were active, they're now parked up. They're all waiting for a call from Turkey, aren't they? What is going on And why are these shows not coming on at UK? Because the show output, if you go onto Circular with board, they're putting out 30% less shows. And as the years going by, it's getting worse and worse and worse, isn't it? So where are these shows now? What's happening?
You think the people that's looking to get to Saudi are they too scared to fight in case they lose, or there can be a scenario like that for the fighters? I'm not saying that's why the shows aren't happening, but if you think you've got a chance to get into Saudi, you're not really wanting to get involved in a 50-50, are you? Because if you for some reason lose for whatever reason, there's your dinner ticket going for Saudi, innit? So that could be from the fighter's perspective, but I don't know about the promoter's perspective. Are they all looking to get their fighters out into Saudi? It could be a knock-on effect, the whole thing. And the promoters are not wanting their fighters risking getting beat and missing an opportunity to get to Saudi, and then promoters don't get their 10% or 20%, whatever cut. So they're going to lose out as well if the fighters don't get there, are they? So it could be that could be part of it, I think.
Well, something needs to give, doesn't it? Because fighters kind of like thinking they're going to get the Willy Wonka golden ticket, aren't they, for some fighters? And some of them, the records are that padded out now because they're thinking it's looking attractive on the poster. So-and-so, 14, 15 and 0, with a couple of knockouts, but he's undefeated. It looks better, doesn't it? When really, all they're doing is padding records out and waiting for the call from the Triple T, tea towel turkey. A Saudi Arab with a tea towel on his fucking head. We're waiting on him to phone all these people. Do you know what I mean?
What they should be looking at is Alexander Usyk as an example. There's no padding in his record. He's got a low fat record. He's probably got the lowest fat, the leanest boxing record out of all the top fighters, I would say.
23 fights, 10 of them world champions done. 10 of them 23 world champions, 5 undefeated. Hey, in 23 fights. And the same happened for Joshua and Fury put together in 69 fights. So what they've been doing all these years, fighting stiffs and cream puffs. There you go.
You only look at
Brazils.
You only had to look at Fury when he was initially meant to be fighting Usyk, and then he fought Chisora for a third time. Nobody wanted to see that. He fought Dillian White, who was supposed to be. How he got into that position, I'll never know. It was a mandatory. So he fought him, and then he fought Ngannou. So there's 3 paddings for his record there already, and Ngannou almost beat him.
Ngannou did beat him. Just like
almost
McDermott did, and Steve Cunningham should have done because it should have been a DQ. That one at the stoppage against Cunningham. Everybody knows it. You know what I mean? What other one? Otto Wallen, the spore there. Wilder fight, and you two Usyk. Fury could easily have 7 losses on his record if he didn't have big promoters and TV behind him. Yeah, but nobody wants to talk about that. None of these YouTubers, do they? Why don't they put that on his toes? Why don't they bring John McDermott up? No, they don't want to do that, do they? No, not on your Nelly. Does he lose access? All right. Fucking know I'm right. Women's boxing, what's happening? I know we've got Natasha Jonas against Lauren Price. That's a good fight. But is there going to be any drug testing? I've been told that Joe G wants drug testing for the fight.
That's a good call, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
should be.
Very good call, isn't it?
World title fight should be. It's a unified world title fight, isn't it? So it should be.
If you were going to go on a date with Jonas or Price, which one would you take out on the town?
Jonas.
There you go. I know what Terry's answer would be. You would want that other thing on your arm, wouldn't you? Would you?
But I'm a happily married man, so I won't be happy.
You know what I don't want to see on Sky? I don't want to see every time Lauren Price comes out to ring. I don't want to hear them stupid commentators going on about how she's in a relationship with another woman and then Cameron going to I don't want to see that on my telly, do you?
What's that got to do in it, eh?
Hang on a minute, we're talking about equality, Andy, now then. So soon we've got to have a gay one come out, haven't we? A man. So if a man were gay and he were a boxer, would the commentator, Bean or Macklin or Johnny Horsecock, would they, with their microphone, say, yeah, Fred Blow's just come out to the ring and he's in a relationship with another boxer called Brian Dew over there, related to Scooby. He's sat over there ringside and they're happy together. No, they're not going to do that. So why do we have to have it? For women rammed down our fucking faces. It's all this lefty crap in it. From Sky again, it's nonsense, isn't it? I'm sick of it, man. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see Jonas and Price come out and then cameras turn to Price's bit of fluff who sat ringside next to Adrian Mowell. I don't want to see it, Adrian Mowell. I'm not being harsh tonight. I'm in a harsh mood. I don't know.
It's all that gin.
Well, I've not had this year. Hey, listen, mate. I've been running. We're only, what is it, second today? I've had 2 good runs, 2 good swims, 2 good weight sessions, and 2 good saunas in 2 days. Tomorrow I'm going to eat like honest. I did some squats yesterday. Do you know what my legs today? Oh. Tom Platt.
Sauna's good for you.
Not, eh?
Sauna's good for you. Have you got a plunge pool where you go for your sauna?
What's a plunge pool? Is it one of them like a jacuzzi, big jacuzzi?
No, it's really cold water and you just jump into it after you've been at sauna, right under the water.
Oh, I know what you mean. No. I'll just go get in the shower, me kid. I only go there because free shampoo. Not that I need it. But no, my legs are killing me, mate. I got this Tom Platz workout off of YouTube. Oh, I'm just doing it. How does Tom Platz do that? How does he lift? How does he squat all that, man? I only had like, there was a woman in there squatting. I was like, oh, she's lifting a bit there. I thought, I'm just warming up. I was knackered on that bit I was lifting. Woman in there with 2 plates on either side. I was like, that's warming up, man.
Squatting, you've got to watch squatting or you can burst you can get hernias.
We're doing some squatting. When I lived in Southern Coalfield, and obviously the girl always said, get your ass down to further to floor, like, because I'm like doing the mouth squats. Get it down further. I got buck about. But I've never been a big lover of squats. Terry's into all that squatting and deadlifting nonsense, isn't he? I'm not like. I just like to just get a little bit of a workout off it and look good in the mirror. Do you know what I mean? I'm into stripping off and all that, aren't I now? I'm not into like you wanting to bulk up. I mean that bird in there were some birds in there. 14 stoners throwing some right weights about with big 20 stoner boyfriends and all that because they're like one goes with others, don't they? They're squatting racks and all that. Like how are they with my little dog bones? After a night on a sesh, after a session. But
I never bother with weight. I just swim, swim and walk and run. I'm walking, man.
I did an interview today with Adam Etchich, you know, the bomber. Used to be called the bomber, didn't he? Boxer from Sheffield.
All right.
I did an interview with him today in Thailand. Well, obviously I didn't go to Thailand. I did it on Zoom. He's got Scott from Spartan Demolition. In corner, you see it? Spartan Demolition. That's Scott Brunt's company. They do like civil engineering and that. Massive contracts with Forge Masters and all that. He's doing really well, Scott and his pal. He's signed this Kazakhstan kid who was 24, super lightweight, 10 stone, 7-0, 4 by way of. He can whack like a mule. So Adam Etchis, a Sheffield kid, he's training him out there in Thailand. He's been there 10 weeks, Adam. He hasn't come back. This kid who he's got, they reckon he's the real deal. Like, well, so Spartan Demolition are behind him, and they want me to have him on regularly, you know. So obviously he's going to come to the UK at some point, and you're going to have to do tickets, and people are going to need to know who he is. So I've got full access, kid. So I'm quite chuffed about that because he's something from the beginning, in it, to follow the kid's career, and it gives me to get my teeth into, doesn't it? And it's only like what I wanted to do when I was with Dennis, but the problem with Dennis was these fighters, they couldn't keep the appointments with me, could they? Like Liam Cameron and that. We'll try and get Liam Cameron out of bed in the morning to do an interview. can't even get out of bed for the runs. Well, he couldn't then.
Yeah.
I mean, so, but this kid's real deal. Apparently, he's a really hard trainer and that, and they reckon he's really good. So we're going to see how he fights on 20th of January in Thailand. Then he's got another one 5 days after. And then they're going to give him a few more fights, and I think he's going to come over here.
Good
So
stuff.
watch out for him on my channel. Cameron will be dealing with that one on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whatever. It should be out next week. Yeah, it was a decent interview, so I'm looking forward to it. Adam Etchits, training fighters, that's good, isn't it? He's only 33.
Brilliant, huh?
Retired at 26, I think, Adam. Something like that, yeah. Quite retired young. So I'm pleased for him that he's got his teeth into something, in retirement. And yeah. So Conor Ben, drug test thing, we spoke about it in part 1. I want to ask you something, Andy. I want you to give me a real answer. Do you think he was guilty?
Do I think he were guilty? Well, for me, he's never proved himself innocent. So I would say he's never explained. And somebody asked Eddie Hills recently about, I might have
Eddie
been saying,
Hills!
Hill.
Hill! Yeah.
Asked him if he knew how the chloroform got in his system. And he said no. I'm sure he said no. That was a few weeks ago I saw that. Look what I got for Christmas. So that would probably do the Conor Ben Eubank fight.
What is it? Peck Paw. Hey, do you know what? Do you know that, right? Do you know in prison, right? Do you know if you're feeling really flushed in prison and you go onto the canteen list, you'd order a tin of that, Peck Paw, and a tin of ambrosia rice pudding.
Rice pudding.
So what you do, you get your toast in the morning on canteen day, you save your toast for night time, and you'd have a cold toast, peck pork sandwich, and if you could get some HP sauce on it and a bit of butter,
Luxury.
you could escape that night with the love songs on Smooth FM. You'd have
Give me the night.
But it wouldn't be the same, Andy, if you were listening to Smooth FM on a Saturday night or Friday night. If you didn't have a peck pork sandwich, you'd be there with like pot noodles, not pot noodles, just noodles with a bit of tuna. But peck pork is a delicacy in jail, mate.
You'd be listening to George Benson. Give me the night.
Give me the night, mate. Hey, listen, let me tell you a story about that song. The first time I ever heard that song, Kevin here, his next door neighbour, Pete Mack. I think he's got his own factory, Pete Mack, some setter or engineer or something. Anyway, I grew up with him. Good footballer. When we were all young kids, his dad had a Mark III Cortina green and 2 litre E. Right. And Peter was 16. I think I was 14. His mate was 16. And this other kid's 16. So we're all going to snooker. Yeah, one of them. We're all going to snooker at Expo. And I were there with my cue and that. Like, I used to just kick all their asses, mate. I'm telling you. And he went, I'm going in my dad's car. And I was like, oh, you're not 17 yet. You can't have passed your test. No, it's only Expo. I can drive. And we went and he drove it like a proper bloke. And I'll never forget. And we went down in one of them, a Mark III Cortina to snooker. I'll never forget. And he had this music on in it, George Benson. And I was like bouncing to this song. Like, who's that? And they were going, he's a legend, he's a legend. And he used to listen to it, Kevin, George Benson. And it wasn't long after that. And you see Snod there? See Snod there? Snod! I'm going to big you up now, Snod. Snod, he played for Everton, right? And Leeds United and that. When you go in England team with Graham Taylor, but he did his knee in on morning at game at Wembley. This is a true story. Now, all them, when they played for Donny Rovers, they used to go to Park Lane. I'll never forget, this is 80s, Andy. You know, when people used to get dressed up to go out. So I went over to Kevin's house. This is a true story. I've told a few good stories on here tonight. This is a true story. My mum said, I don't know about you going around town, Russell. You're only 16 and that. You don't even drink. I said, I'm going to have shandy. Then went, oh, I don't know. Anyway, I went into town and that, got myself some trousers, got a shirt, a tie, and one of them. You remember them? You might not remember these. You know them? Well, they used to wear them roll neck jumpers, you know, in 80s. Do you remember? And then they
Bow neck, huh?
Yeah, but now it's like a V neck, you know, they get Lacoste ones or Ralph Lauren's. But then it was like a roll neck. You've got like a And so I remember getting my shirt and tie and going out. And I walked over to Kevin's house. So they were all footballers, weren't they? His brothers and that. And I jumped in his brother Dave's car, who was born on the same day as Snod. And I goes, "Where are we going now?" He goes, "We're going downtown. We're going to pick this guy up called Jeff Bipod." We picked him up at Winning Post. I was sat it back like, wow, I've never been anywhere in my life. I swear to God, honestly, I swear to God, never been anywhere in my life. So I'm going out with these 25-year-old footballers as a 16-year-old downtown and that in 2.3 gear Cortina in bronze on X-Reg, last one ever made. I thought, this is all right here. Gets to town, goes into Bacca's wine bar, Regent, and all that. I swear to God, I've never seen so many birds in all my life flock to him, because they're footballers. I've never seen that like it. Immediately, I never had a clue. I didn't know what I was doing. I was with my shandy and all that. I was stood watching it. Anyway, about 11:15, I thought, we must be going home in a minute. Or I thought we were going for a game of snooker or something. And he went, "Wait, nightclub, have you ever been?" I went, "No, I've never been to a nightclub or anything." Park Lane. We were rushing straight to the front, straight in. Snod were there, drunk. He'd done all this doing on horses. Well, I swear to God, I've never seen so many birds in my life around them. But do you know what? I think it's missing now if I go for a drink in Doncaster Town Centre. In them days, like 1986, everybody made an effort when they went out, Andy. Dress-wise. Now, what we got now? What we got now? I drove through there just before Christmas, about a week before Christmas, and I seen people pissed up coming out pubs and all that. I was looking at the attire that they had on, and I thought to myself, what are these people wearing? They're not making an effort. And do you know what I think Doncaster needs? It needs a pub where you've got doorman there, and when people are trying to get in, dressed in, turn them away if they've got trainers on. And let people think, hey, to get in there, you've got to be dressed. And I think it'd take off. You want to get in that pub there, you've got to go in smart, in trousers and a shirt and shoes. That's all they need. You don't have to have a tie on and all that. Trousers, shirt and shoes. You mind people that they say, "Oh, well, these are trousers and these are shoes." No, the trainers, no. It's not trousers, it's like something similar, combats or something. No, trousers, shirt and shoes. And make them all make an effort. And the wenches that they take out as well. All these pistol birds walking about, bare feet eating kebabs. What is that? What is that? What's happened to society, Andy?
See if you go.
In effort, do they?
See if you go back to the 80s. I bet when you went to the supermarket, you never seen people there in their pajamas and dressing gowns. That's what you've got now. Shocking, eh?
Hey, listen, mate, I'm not being funny. I know this bird, and she's all right. And I seen her getting out of the Range Rover over day about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, in her slippers and jammers, going into the shop and coming out with a bottle of that Tankersley gin or whatever it is, and tonic and all that. I thought, what's happened to her? She just can't be out. They can't be asked. Can't put it on the seat and then going down to the sunbed shop. She might even wash a fanny about tea time when kids from school. What's all that about sleeping it off all day? Because boyfriend, that's it. What is all that about? Scrubbers! That's what
the world's got lazy.
That's what we're surrounded by now. Women, aren't they? They're not making an effort. Scrubbers. Absolute trampos, mate. Women should make an effort, but the men should as well.
Everybody should, eh?
Like I said, and we have these chats all the time, me and Kevin. People don't make an effort no more, especially how they get dressed. You know what I mean? And I remember when Doncaster was a place to be in the 80s and early 90s, and that's now look at it. It's a toilet, mate. You've got people on spice in shop doorways, out the mines, keeping in the town centre, sat there begging. What is all that? We'll let all these over into this country, we'll house them and put them in hotels like Holiday Inn and all this and all that one at Rotherham. But we can't even look after our own.
Yeah, it's
a
sad state of affairs, eh?
Very sad state of affairs, Andrew, I'm afraid. Very sad state of affairs. But hey ho, well, that's about it. So we're knocking on for, what time is it? 10 to 12. So how's about that, eh? I was running this morning at 6 o'clock and I've been at it all day. All day. What's that? for 18 hours. I mean, that's
18-hour shift, huh?
Trained today, swam, the weight session, steam, sauna. Knackered, mate. And all my Porky's corner stuff. We're back on form. All right, and plenty more to come. And if anybody's offended by anything I've said, I don't care. Come and stick it on me. Nobody's got the knackers to do it, have they? All right. Hope you're well, Andy. Are you happy with your 100 quid?
Am I? Happy New Year to all the commission guys. They all
Yeah. It was between you and Kent, I think, who were closest. I can't remember. I think they all did good. All you, Kent, Jerry, Terry, all of us. But let's see who's going to win it in January. Eh? Does anybody else want to come on this month? And if you think you can do better views than any of my commission lads, we'll put you on the commission. You can join them. And the winner gets 100 quid. I know it's not a lot of money, but it's better than knowing that nobody else is doing what this channel is doing. Nobody says what we say. It's getting out 100 quids to whoever does the most views. All right.
It'd be embarrassing if I win it again. Me with the least knowledge.
And if you look like you win it again, I'm going to pull one of your fucking videos, mate. All right, because people will be saying it's a fucking fix. Oh yeah. Oh God. I told my mate, he said, who's won it? I went, Andy. Went, oh God, they're going to say it's a fix. I said, no, I've got to go down list and they'll see who's done most views and that. But I thought Kent would have won it actually, because Peter DeFreitas hardly did any videos here last month, but he usually gets most views, doesn't he, Peter? But he said if I come on and I get the most, he didn't want it. So that was good of him, wasn't it? But
very good.
Won it fair and square. So I tip me out.
It's all good guys. It's all good guys in the commission.
Yeah.
We'll have to have a Porky. Maybe get a Porky convention one day and we can all meet up.
We can all meet up. We'll all go out and have a night out with Gary in Manchester and let him pick tab up. Only joking, Gary. He's that crazy, Gary. He is that nice. So, all right.
Lovely guy.
Listen, you take care, Andy. Now, thanks for coming on and have a great evening and we'll catch up later this week, yeah?
Good man. Take care.
Bye-bye.
All the best, Russ. Cheers, pal.
Well, that was Andy from Perth. He's not from Aberdeen. Women watch him, men fear him. All right. Men fear him when he gets on channel because he wins the 100 quid. All right. Okie dokie. It's a bit late now. Well, peace out. I'm done. Pop, pop, bang. Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. Don't forget, don't be texting me constant knackers until you're 18 stone. All right. And I'll block you. Bye-bye.